So as we all know, the Houston Rockets traded for Cam Whitmore for 2 second-round picks, which really isn't a bad trade, but they definitely could have gotten more for Cam Whitmore than just, 2 second-rounders. But it's kind of just, doing good by him. He wasn't going to get any PT for real in the rotation this year because they have Kevin Durant, Torrey Eason, Jabari Smith, Dorian Finney-Smith. There's really not that much space for any play from Cam Whitmore. But looking at the Washington Wizards, there's a lot of promise going on over there with, the trades they made, the players that they drafted, and I kind of wanted to talk about that today. But before I get into that, I just ask y'all go down and, subscribe. I'm trying to grow this YouTube channel day by day, so, I'd really appreciate it. But anyway, let's just get into the video. So the Washington Wizards, honestly, they're probably going to be a pretty fun team to watch next year. This season they ranked 29th in offense, which is damn near dead last in the NBA. They ranked 27th in defense, and, the offense was just very stagnant for the majority of times in Washington. I mean, unless it was Jordan Poole doing his off-the-dribble ISO stuff, or Kyle Kuzma, doing his thing, they didn't really have any offense, for real, coming from anyone else. There's some promise with Bilal Coulibaly, and Alex Sarr, he had a pretty decent rookie year. I honestly think his rookie year went under the radar just because, the draft in general, people didn't really view it that high. But, looking back, there's a lot of great players in this draft, and there's even just room for them to grow and become something in the league for a lot of these guys that got drafted. And Alex Sarr is definitely one of those players. I see him being a future all-star. He kind of reminds me of Kristaps Porzingis in a way. Their rookie production was pretty similar. So yeah, I'm just still pretty high on Alex Sarr as a basketball player, as a defensive specialist, as a three-point shooter. He definitely turned it up towards the end of the regular season. And yeah, I just want to see what he can do for year two, having a bigger offensive role. But back to Cam Whitmore, this is just a wonderful situation for him. I've always been high on Cam Whitmore. He should have been easily a lottery pick. I think in his draft interviews, they just went really bad, so that kind of tanked his stock. That's like one of the main reasons the Rockets got him at the end of the first round. But as a starter, I mean, I don't know the stats off the top of my head. I think it's 20-7, but Cam Whitmore is just oozing with star potential. He has the tools. He's a 6'7" shooting guard, forward. He could take it off the dribble. Has a lot of 3-level shot creation. He's pretty alright at defense, and he could shoot the three pretty well. He shot 48% as a starter, and even in the G League, he was just putting up great numbers. The reason it didn't really work out with Houston is partly because he was coming off an injury coming into the season, and also he just played very bad when he did get minutes in the beginning of the season. So they kind of just regulated him to the G League, and he showed that he's still that guy in the G League. But unfortunately, Houston just has too much front court play, and he's just not able to get any opportunity there. But yeah, just looking at this Wizards roster in general, I mean, it's just going to be fun watching these guys. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they're probably the most fun team to watch next season. Now, they probably won't be competing for a playoff spot or anything. Their ceiling's probably, a play-in team, perhaps. That's even if they keep CJ McCollum, because they could just honestly move him at the deadline or something, depending on the production he puts up. But you look on this roster, you have CJ McCollum, Cam Whitmore, Alex Sarr, Bilal Coulibaly, Trey Johnson, the rookie they drafted. He's pretty all right. I can't wait to see what comes from him. But yeah, this roster's just full of a lot of young hybrid guards that could just do a lot off the dribble. They're very creative. AJ Johnson, he's one of the youngest players in the league. You don't know how good he could become. So yeah, I'm just pretty high on this Wizards roster in general. I'm just excited to see what they can do. Their offensive numbers are definitely going to be better than second to last in the league. That's what I know. But yeah, I just kind of want to share my thoughts on the Cam Whitmore trade and just the Washington Wizards in general, because they might be looking up a little bit sometime sooner rather than later. But yeah, that's just it for the video. Share your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time.